you've had a wonderful and calm evening, especially during the days of the Lent. The passage that we've just heard needs a little bit of context. So Jesus was preaching to the disciples and to the people who had come from far and wide to listen to his teachings. And he was talking about loving enemies and the passage that we've just heard, which is to not judge others so that you do not be judged. Do not condemn others so that you do not be condemned. Now, when you're talking about judging others, naturally we think, oh, I should not judge another person so that I don't get judged by another person. But thinking about it, then we get to live in a world where we tend to say things that the other person wants to hear. And then there's no growth for moral and spiritual betterment. And that's not what Christ entirely tells us to do. He tells us to not judge, just as the Pharisees or the hypocrites during the time used to judge other people. Do not put yourself in a state of moral superiority with respect to others, because you do not want to live in a formalistic construct of what the world is. You want to live where you respect everybody and judgment does not come naturally to you when you ignore our own great failures and try to publicize others' failures, discarding the goodness in them. And that's what Christ tells us not to do. And there, the importance of doing actions that are of service to others become important, because liturgy after liturgy, one of the greatest phrases that we have, especially held in great heights in Orthodox tradition, talks about how you need to have liturgy after liturgy, which is basically service to God and service to man. And it talks about how you should not be thinking of yourself as having morally superior to other people, but you are in a position to live with other people in communal harmony. And this again goes to show you how we need to have good fruits born from us, which is talked about later in the passage. And it's very important to also think that no humans are born bad. We all have inherent goodness in us. Just as Nelson Mandela said in his autobiography once, no man is taught to love. He's all that comes naturally within a human being. So a tree goes bad, a tree is never born bad. So once your roots go bad is when your actions or your words, which are metaphorically used as fruits, become bad. And then they are harmful for the society that you live in. And that's something we do not want to be. And so to bring out the inherent goodness in us and to bring out the roots within us is to understand where our faith lies in, which immediately brings to the later part of the passage, which talks about the foundation of your house. Everybody is to not be judged, and everybody is grown in different cultures and in different religions and in different faiths. And when we grow in our faith and become more sturdy in what we believe in, especially since everybody has the similar principles and values to hold in life, it's very important to know that the more we grow, the more adversities become our growth. Just as a fire can be pushed or put out by a little wish of a wind, a great fire can be fed by a huge wind as well. So it depends on what your source of fire is within you. Your faith, as it gets more stronger and sturdier, your adversities become your source. But the more weaker you are and the more you tend to sway with your faith, you tend to have a loose foundation. And a little bit of wind is enough to tumble you all apart. And so that's the passage and this is nothing but a catalyst for a series of thoughts that you can have with yourself. And with it, I like to conclude. I hope you will have a blessed day. Thank you.